When you play for the Cowboys, at what point do you realize this is different than any other team? And, the media coverage is just different than everybody else.
Immediately, man. It is. I tell people all the time, that is the biggest acclamation to playing with Dallas. Eventually, football becomes football, right? You practicing, you got your schedule, you're going through it. But to always have media, literally always have a microscope everywhere you go, it's different. And I was happy when I went to Baltimore because I got a different experience of what the different things were. But I mean, it's no coincidence that is the most valuable franchise. It's covered the most. Ratings go through the roof when people talk about them. So you realize, though, it's a 24/7 news cycle about the Dallas Cowboys. Even if it's not national, somebody is having a conversation about Dallas.
But consciously, subconsciously, when you do NFL Live, how often are you trying to get the Cowboys into the show every day?
I'm not. I try to get them in as least as possible.
Why?
Personally.
Okay.
Because they break my heart every damn year.
Oh, okay. But if Dak Prescott played someplace else, how would the media cover his performance? Now, they might look at his contract, and I don't know if they'd treat him like they do Kirk Cousins.
They wouldn't treat him as bad, or we wouldn't have that much conversation. Look, the reality is this is not new territory, right, for any quarterback playing with Dallas. I knew who Troy Aikman was before I knew what football was. And I grew up a Jerry Rice fan. I was more of players fans than a team. So Reggie White and Jerry Rice was the guys that I watched. But I knew who Troy Aikman, Mike Irvin, and Emmitt Smith were because David Blaine went there and did some magic tricks during Hard Knocks. And they had every microscope you could possibly have. And also they were winning, which we haven't done in a long time. But let's not get into that, Dan. I want to stay focused on why the Cowboys are who they are. They were marketed. So you realize, like, this is reality show, football, all of that stuff intertwined with playing the game.
Yeah, because it feels like the Cowboys are Hard Knocks every single day.
100%. 100%.
You don't need a TV show. They are a TV show.
Well, look.
And then you bring in Jerry, who wants to be the owner, GM, coach, and quarterback.
He wants to be everything.
Yes.
Dan, let me say this, okay? Some people might get pissed off. Jerry actually wants to win. He just don't know how. But if you talk to him and you realize how much he wants to win a Super Bowl and a championship, it'll get you going. Because it's not false when he talks about, I want to win it. I want to get it done. He just don't know how to go about it.
Here's the problem, though. Jerry wants all the credit.
Yeah.
And with that comes all the blame as well. Yeah. If you move on from Jimmy Johnson, that tells me an awful lot about he got a lot of credit there.
Have we ever talked about maybe the Cowboys are cursed because of Jimmy Johnson?
You think Jimmy cursed them? I'm
not a big baseball guy, all right? But I like baseball, all right? I'm not big because I'm not following everything that happens in it and, they get to the championship series, I'll sit down and watch it. The curse of the Bambino was a real thing, I thought, right? And then the Red Sox won. Finally. You telling me we're going to have to wait a damn 100 years? Was it 100 years, Dan?
But maybe you do a sacrifice, like burn Jimmy Johnson's boat or something.
Well, they do it to me every day on TV. I'll be the sacrifice if it means a Super Bowl.